Now what? Oh, there it is. Hi. Hey, happy Friday, everybody. I'm back. Yep. Busy day yesterday, but weekend is upon us. Time for some Strat-O-Matic Baseball. I've got my coffee here in my Coastal Peaks coffee mug. I'm looking forward to getting down there in about 3 weeks. Man, I plan to bring back 2 or 3 pounds of that stuff. I'm not overstating it when I say it's the best cup of coffee I ever had. And I see Frank's been here well in advance with Frank's pre-play. Atlanta 8, St. Louis 4. The real life Atlanta 4, St. Louis 1. And we'll see what happens here today. 2 pitchers with some ugly stats so far. Righty Tracy Stallard is making his first start of the year, first of what will be 7 for St. Louis. Tony Cloninger gets a start for Atlanta. I'll give you Cloninger's numbers first. 3-7, 5.74. He's made 12 starts, 1 relief appearance. Peripherals aren't terrible, 80 hits in 74 innings. He's been a bit wild though, 39 walks, and he's given up 14 home runs, 46 strikeouts. However, Stallard's numbers make him look like Cy Young. Stallard in 7 relief appearances, a 9.82 ERA so far. Just 11 innings, but 17 hits allowed. So, the last 2 games have been pretty wild. This promises to be another one. Let's check in on the chat, see who's here. Welcome into Franklin. Hello there, Ben. And hello to Mike. Good afternoon, everybody. It's the Friday happy hour version of Strat-O-Matic 1966 replay. And let's go ahead and get to the starting lineups here. For St. Louis, Bobby Tolan leading off in right field. Also, I should point out some interesting lineup selections today. I always enjoy it when a few different guys are in there. You know what I mean? It shakes things up a little bit. Brings some freshness to the game. Although I am pleased to announce that Rico Cardi is catching both games of the doubleheader. Are you kidding me? What about that? Hadn't caught all year. He caught the opener. So I don't know. Bragan says to him, you're going to catch the first game. Oh, and by the way, you're going to catch the second game too. And Cardi just said, I can dig your jive, Skip. I'm sure he probably didn't say that, but it's kind of funny. And hello there to Frank and Bob. Ben needs, oh man, that's a drag. I'm so sorry to hear that, Ben. Always tough to lose a beloved pet. Don't I know it? Okay, starting, I was at the lineup. It's Bobby Tolan in right field leading off again. Why? God only knows. Julian Javier at second moves up to the 2 spot. Kurt Flood is in center. Tito Francona will play first base and hit cleanup. Cepeda hits this one out. Lou Brock in left bats 5th. Phil Gagliano will be at third base. Jerry Buchek, of course, is the shortstop. Pat Corrales will do the catching against a right-hander. Take a gander at that. 6 chances of being hit by the pitch and nothing else. Mostly strikeouts. Yeah, it doesn't tell you on the card how many times he was hit by the pitch. It's got to show that somewhere. Let me take a look at my computer screen. So we're looking for St. Louis. Let's see if it says here. Stolen base, caught stealing. Are you kidding me? I would think they would put that in there. Here we go. Here we go. 5 point. Well, no, that's just what's on the card. It doesn't tell you that anywhere. Well, now I'm hell-bent to look it up, so I'm going to go to Baseball Reference. You know they'll have it. So Pat Corrales played between 64 and 73. God, he was only hit twice. Of course, he only had 79 at-bats. Hey there, world's worst. Welcome aboard. Still fighting my aged eyes today. Criminy. Okay. That looks... Hang on a second. Mookie lately, I don't know what's gotten into him. He's got to be right up here. Okay, if you sit there, you can stay. If you advance any further, you're going to be sent to the penalty box. We're about ready to roll. Yeah, I saw that, Frank. Gary Geiger playing right field in place of Henry Aaron for Atlanta. You can see their lineup here as well. I usually announce that later, but why don't we just do it now? Dennis Menke leads off at third base, Woody Woodward at short, Gary Geiger's in right field, Aaron sitting, Felipe Alou in left, Mac Jones in center, Joe Torre at first base, Rico Cardi, as previously mentioned, catching both ends of the doubleheader, Felix Millan at second, and Cloninger, a good hitting pitcher, in the 9 spot. And here we go. Let me get my stats up here. Mookie is right in the way of my mouse here, what I'm trying to do. You cannot be up there. You cannot be up there. You can sit there as long as you behave. Oh, I love it, Frank. Yes, sirree. Yeah, if anybody hasn't seen it yet, search on YouTube for Bob Costas, Gary Geiger. That should do it. Okay, let's play a vault. Here's Bobby Tolan. Tolan now 6 for 59. He's raised his average to 102. Cloninger into the windup. That's a 3-4 righty. He struck him out. Tolan retired. Here's Julian Javier batting in the 2 spot. Javier comes in just 185. He does have 5 home runs, 14 RBIs. Right-handed hitting second baseman. And here's Cloninger's pitch. On a 2-10, he pops him up on the left side. Woodward is there, and he'll take it 2 down. Here's Curt Flood. I'll tell you, world's worst, I didn't even know it. And what's funny is, I mean, if I was really looking at these when I'm writing them in, but so far he's only played left, so I never got any further than that. But I would have seen it. But yeah, and the other day, which was what, Wednesday, when we played the first game of the doubleheader, I start writing in the lineup from Baseball Reference, of course, and I had to look at it 3 times. Okay, 2 down. Here's Curt Flood. Flood at 286, 2 homers, 13 RBIs. Cloninger into the windup. That's going to be a 6-9 right-handed. Swung on and missed, strike 3. 1-2-3 go the Cardinals in the first as Cloninger fans 2. And after half an inning of play, it's St. Louis 0. Atlanta coming to bat. It does, Frank, and Pat Corrales is even worse. At least against righties. Okay, Stallard's getting loose now. We already went over the Braves lineup, so we don't need to do that again. And here's Menke leading things off. Dennis Menke hitting .274. 4 home runs, 19 RBIs. Stallard now gets the sign from Carty. And here's the pitch on a 3-2. It's a high fly ball to deep left. A Lou backing up on the track pulls it in. Sorry, not a Lou. It's a Lou, all right, but it's Lou Brock. And here's Woody Woodward. .277 on the season now. 21 RBIs, 11 doubles. Stallard with the pitch. 2-7 righty, and he bangs a base hit up the middle. Woody Woodward, the player of the game in the opener. Let's check the battery now. Stallard with a terrible hole, +5. And Corrales is 0 catcher, so Woodward at 18. 6-12. That's enough where they're going to have to hold him on. Held at 16. And he's going to roll for it. He needs a 6, and he's out on a 12. 4, he does not get it. And here's Geiger. Stallard from the stretch. The next pitch to Geiger is a 5-3 left-handed. It's a fly to right field X. That's going to be Tolan. Tolan 3E15. Racing towards the line. On a 3, he's not going to get it. That's going to fall for a single. He bobbles it for a moment, allowing Woodward to scoot over to third. Geiger, no threat to run. Runners at the corners, 1 away. Here in the bottom of the first, Felipe Alou comes to bat. Alou hitting .345, 6 home runs, 29 RBIs. Stallard, infield at double play depth. From the stretch, it's a 1-7 righty, and that's banged into left center for a single. Over to try to cut it off is Flood, and it's going to be a long single for Alou. Woodward will score, Geiger to third, and it's 1-0 Atlanta. So the Braves picking up right where they left off. 3 consecutive hits off of Stallard. And Stallard, again, has just been horrible so far. It's his first start of the season. Actually, Frank, Torrey hasn't caught in quite a while. Gene Oliver has been doing all of the catching. So Oliver must have been hurt. Here's Mac Jones. That's right, Bob. Yeah, Rick pointed that out yesterday, and that surprised me even more. Gene Oliver's been in 23 games. Now, I could look and see, we could look up Torrey's advanced numbers on the computer and see how many games he's been at first base versus catcher. To this point in the season, I think he's caught more than he's played first, but lately he's been playing exclusively first base. Jones on the year, still struggling to get it going. 176 with 1 home run. Infield at double play depth. As Stallard comes in there with a 2-8 righty. He struck him out. Big strikeout for Tracy Stallard. Oh my, and there's 2 down now, and here's Joe Torre. Torre hitting .328. 7 home runs, hit his 42 RBIs. Second only to Aaron on the ball club. And here's Stallard's pitch. It's a 2-8 righty, grounder to second. Routine for Javier, who throws him out, and Stallard pitches out of the jam, allowing just the 1 run. 1 run, 3 hits, 2 left. And it's 1-0 Braves after 1 inning of play. Tito Francona will lead off the second for St. Louis. Francona used mostly as a pinch hitter so far. He's 5 for 24 with 1 home run. That's a .208 average. Cloninger into the windup. It's a 1-6 righty. Grounder down to first. Torrey has it. He'll take it himself. And there's one down. Here's Lou Brock now. Brock hitting .273, 6 home runs, which leads the team. Cardinals only hit 31 home runs as a team. The Braves almost double that at 61. 22 RBIs for the speedster as Cloninger delivers on a 2-9 righty. He struck him out. 3rd strikeout for Cloninger already. And the batter will be Phil Gagliano. Gagliano playing third base today, comes in at .259, 4 home runs, 11 RBIs. Cloninger into the windup. It's going to be a 3-6 righty. He struck him out. 1, 2, 3 go the Cardinals. 4 strikeouts already for Tony Cloninger. And it's still 1-0. Here's Stallard now. Stallard I've used him in the all-time greats. Must have been had to be the 64 or 65 season, I'm guessing. Short career for Stallard, 1960, but he only worked 4 innings in 60. Came up with Boston, spent 3 years there, although in 62 he only worked 1 inning, so he must have been hurt. Then he was more or less a regular starter, 63 through 65, and by 66, at the age of 28, the young age of 28, he was almost done. And here's Rico Cardi hitting .364, 4 homers, 14 RBIs. That's going to be a 6-7 right-handed. That's a liner towards third. And it's stabbed there by Gagliano for the out. So Cardi ripped a line drive right at the third baseman, and here's Felix Millan. Millan is 5 for 15 so far since being called up. That's a .333 average. Stallard into the windup. 412 right-handed, a high fly ball to left. Brock going back just shy of the track, pulls it in. That'll bring up the pitcher Cloninger, 7 with end power. Right-handed hitter. Stallard's pitch on a 4-5, swung on and missed, strike 3. Strikeout number 2 for Stallard. And we've played 2, and it's 1-0 Braves. Oh, definitely, Frank. I'm not sure why Stallard would even have a card in ATG. Perhaps I confuse him with somebody else. I'm going to look at it now, though. Of course, if you don't know, I'm referring to the all-time great card set. Yeah, he doesn't even have a card, so I was confusing him with somebody else. Very nondescript career for Tracy Stallard. Okay, we go to the third inning, bottom third of the order for St. Louis. Jerry Buchek to start it off. Buchek's hitting .336 on the season, 2 homers and 24 RBIs. Cloninger with the pitch. It's a 6-7 right-handed and just outside ball 4. first base runner for St. Louis. Buchek, of course, no threat to steal. You want to talk about a bad card, especially versus righties. He's passable, I guess, against lefties. Pat Corrales, the catcher. Hasn't played much. He's just 5 for 31 so far, a 161 average, no extra base hits, and 2 RBIs. Cloninger out of the stretch. That's going to be a 5-7 right-handed. Grounder to second base X. Could be 2. Mion, however, 4-24. Here's the play on a 14. He makes the play, throws to first, and on the play, Buchek moves over to second base. That's too easy, Frank. I'll let somebody else guess. With the runner on second and 1 out, Stallard will hit away. He's a 1 right-hander. Cloninger with a 1-7 struck him out. That's 5 for Tony Cloninger. I can see it like it was yesterday. Here's Tolan now. He struck out his first time up. Cloninger's pitch, 5-9, swung on and missed, strike 3. That's 6 strikeouts in 3 innings for Tony Cloninger. Cloninger very much on his game here today. And the Braves up 1-0. And welcome to Gerald. Oh yeah, Tom's in the house. Where are we at here? Bottom of the third, it'll be the top of the order for Atlanta. Dennis Menke will start it off. Tracy Stallard gets his sign from Corrales now, and here's the pitch. It's a 2-10 right-handed, fly to right field playable. Tolan is there to make the grab, and there's 1 out. In Pat Corrales' defense, he was an outstanding receiver. I remember him mostly as a manager, of course. And here's Woody Woodward, who singled and scored the game's only run his first time up. Stallard into the windup, 3-9 righty. Grounder down to third. Gagliano will take it and throws across for the out. That'll bring up Gary Geiger. Forgot to introduce Geiger's stats his first at bat. He came into the game at 259, 4 home runs, 11 RBIs. The pitch from Stallard is a 4-3 left-hand. It's a high fly ball to right. Going back is Tolan on the track. He's got it. Geiger gave it a ride, but the wind must have held that one up. And the Braves go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the inning. Through 3 complete, it's 1-0 Atlanta. Kind of an unlikely pitcher's duel so far. Here on a happy hour Friday. How the hell is everybody doing? I'm in a good mood. I got a lot of stuff out of my inbox yesterday. Crossed off the to-do list. However, let's straighten that out a little bit, because you know how OCD I am about my score sheet being straight in the frame. I'm also lagging behind live. There we go, that's better. Oh, that's right, Ben. Well, congratulations on that part. Still, again, so sorry about Cody. That was the roommate that we've spoken about several times on here, I'm assuming. We go to the fourth, Atlanta up 1-0. Here's Julian Javier to start it off. He popped a short his first time up. Yeah, didn't I say that? Yep. Yeah, the prep is the hard part. Cloninger stares in to get his sign. Here's the windup. The pitch to Javier on a 3-5. It's ground ball to second. Little two-hopper. Mian has it. Sidearm flip to Torrey. 1 down. Here's Flood. Struck out his first time up. Cloninger with the pitch. It's a 1-7 righty. High. Expects fly ball to center field. Sky high. Jones waiting on it. Finally lands in his mitt, and there's 2 down. That'll bring up Tito Francona. Grounder to first in the second. Cloninger getting his sign from Rico Cardi. Francona, a 5'9" left-hander. He lifts another high fly to center. Jones drifting a bit and pulls it in to retire the side. 1-2-3 go the Cardinals in the fourth. Cloninger looking very impressive so far today. And Stallard has settled down since the first. So it will be Alou, Jones, and Torrey for the Braves at the bottom of the fourth. Yeah, the color too, right? I think they charged you extra for the color, or else you get the black and white. I'm kidding, of course. Here's Alou, who singled his first time up. Stallard into the windup. 3-8 righty, little slow roller to short. Buchek coming in on it now, gloves it and throws him out. Yes, thank goodness we can't put images in the chat, huh? The trivia question, which I missed. There it is. Frank's question is, who hit the first homer ever at the new Riverfront Stadium? Here's Mac Jones. He struck out back in the first. Stallard into the windup. That's going to be a 3-8 right-handed. It's a high fly ball driven deep to right field. Tolan starts back, looks up, and watches it go. Home run, Mac Jones, and it's 2-0 Braves. On a 3-8 right-handed, no doubt about it. And for Jones, just his second home run of the season. He hit 23 in real life. Of course, he sat for all of April. So maybe Jones starting to get going now. We'll see. Here's Joe Torre. And hello to Dan Port. Welcome, Dan. Yeah, happy Friday, everybody. Torrey bounced to second his first time up. Here's Stallard's pitch. It's going to be a 1-8 right-handed. He pops him up. The shortstop, Buchek, will take it. And there's 2 down. That'll bring up Rico Cardi, the catcher. Stallard into the windup. 1-8 right-handed, and he walks him. Stallard only 5 for endurance, walks Cardi on 4 pitches, none of them particularly close, and here's Felix Mian. Cardi a short lead at first. Stallard out of the stretch. That's going to be a 4-9 right-handed. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. The Braves settle for the 1 run on the Mac Jones home run. After 4 innings of play, it's 2-0 Braves. Hang on, we got a rant here now from World's Worst. Yeah, I don't know what to say other than I'm not surprised. I used to like them a long time ago. I haven't been there in years. I really don't like Subway. I tell you though, speaking of fast food, I tried something new yesterday. I'd never seen it before, but I asked the guy. He said, oh, we've been open about 4 months. It's called Houston Hot Chicken, or Houston, Texas Hot Chicken. That was good. Overpriced, but it was good. My thing with them is no matter what you get on the sandwich, it all tastes the same. It's like they have some kind of Subway spray that they spray on there to give it that unique flavor, for lack of a better word. And I'm stealing the spray thing from my cousin in Sarasota, by the way. Not that he'll ever know, not really a baseball fan. Cardinals trying to get off the deck here against Cloninger. Lou Brock will start it off. He struck out in the second. Cloninger into the windup. That's a 4-11 left-hander, and that's just outside ball 4, and Brock is aboard, and you know what that means. Cloninger with a +1. Cardi a +3 catcher. That's +4. 19, 20. Brock held at 18, and of course he's going to roll for the lead. 2 through 7. 12, he doesn't get it. What would he be on the back number? +4, 19 -4. He's still a 15. The pitch to Gagliano. There goes Brock. Cardi's throw down, and he nails him. Oh my, Cardi threw out a potential base stealer in the opening game in this doubleheader, and now he throws out the league stolen base leader, Lou Brock. That's right, Brock 19-4 in steal attempts prior to that, 19-5 now. Here's the next pitch to Phil Gagliano. That's a 6-2 right-handed, grounded to the pitcher X, 3E46 for Tony. And here's the play. On a 4E range, 2 on a 46. It's a 1-3 split dealie there, so it's an E1 on a 1-3, and the roll is a 2. So that will be a 1 base error on Cloninger. First error of the game. Gagliano aboard. Again, +4 battery makes him 17. He'll be held on at 15. Does anybody else see that? What Frank's talking about? Because I'm not saying about it. I'm not saying it. Am I out of focus? Frank, you might try reloading. That's about all I can offer at this point. So with a runner at first and 1 out, Jerry Buchek will come to bat. Cloninger out of the stretch. That's a 1-12. Liner to short. Woodward back to first, and they've got the double play. That takes care of the error, and that takes care of the Cardinals in the fifth. As Woody Woodward saves the day once again. Where's Michael when we need him? Is Michael here? I do like Jimmy John's. But the one Danny DeVito advertises is Philly Mike's. Jersey Mike's. Yeah, that's the one Danny DeVito advertises. The guy for God, I can't even talk today. The guy for Jimmy John's is that doofus from Everybody Loves Raymond. And, you know, I apologize in advance if that upsets anybody, but I just call him as I see him. Here's Cloninger, a 7 with end power. Stallard into the windup. 5-6 right-handed, and he walks him. This is the first endurance inning for Stallard. And by walking Cloninger, boy, Shane Deans is going to get somebody up right now. Right-hander Nelson Bryles, lefty Ray Washburn, who I believe worked the opener. He did pitch in this game. No, he didn't work the opener. Okay, so Washburn's fine. Runner on, one down. Sorry, runner on first, nobody out. And here's Dennis Menke. Stallard out of the stretch. 5-7 righty. That's going to be a base hit into left center. Could be extra bases through 5. It's going to be a long single for Menke. Cloninger all the way to third. And the Braves are threatening again here in the 5th. One more hitter walk will fatigue Stallard. Out to the mound goes Pat Corrales. Here's Woodward. Stallard's going to face Woodward. Bryles and Washburn just about ready. 2-6 right-handed. That is going to be a base hit, 1 star, and that'll drive in a run. Scoring is Cloninger. Menke stops at second. And that fatigues Stallard, and now here comes Shane Deans. And he's going to bring in the left-hander. Whoops, no, he's not a left-hander. We need a left-hander. Okay, we're going to go with Woodashik. And I'm so sorry about that. I was thinking that, for some reason, I was thinking that Ray Washburn was a left-hander, but he's a right-hander. And Mike saves the day with the double switch. Okay, excellent, Mike. Thank you. Let's see what we can do it with here. We're going to do it with the third baseman. So in the double switch, Phil Gagliano will exit. The pitcher will go in his spot. Charlie Smith will take over at third base and go in the 9 spot. Yeah, we've been over the All-Star game thing several times, and while I agree it would be fun, I really don't want to have to correlate all those cards. I'm bound to get somebody back on the wrong team, especially if they're not on the team they ended up with, because it won't, you know what I mean, it won't say that on the card. For example, Abernathy started the season with the Cubs. Let's say the All-Star game had already occurred. There's no doubt in my mind I'm going to put him with Atlanta. I know it's confusing because at this point he is with Atlanta, but you know what I mean. Ben, I can't take Buchek out yet. You know that. If they were leading, or maybe even tied, I would. Honestly, if I were managing the Cardinals competitively, I'd put Dal Maxville at short all the time. But Buchek's leading the team in batting. So Stallard exits 4+, 3, 4, 6 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, 3 runs allowed so far. Runners at first and second and still nobody out. And here's Geiger now. Geiger left on left. Woodashik comes in there with a 5-2 lefty and he walks him to load the bases. Oh my goodness. Braves threatening to blow it open here in the bottom of the 5th. They lead by 3. Bases loaded, nobody out. Felipe Alou due up, Mac Jones to follow. Infield at double play depth. Woodashik with a 2-8. Fly to center field. Playable for Flood. He makes the catch and the runners will hold. Shallow fly ball to Flood, 1 down. And the batter will be Mac Jones. Woodashik set now. Infield at double play depth. The pitch to Jones is a 6'10 left-hander. It's a fly to center field X, making the roll just a formality. Flood a 1E0. Will it be deep enough for a sac fly? Let's check it out. It's going to be an error range. It's a 5 on an E0, and it will indeed be a fly ball B. That'll be deep enough to score Menke. And it's 4-0 Atlanta. Give an RBI to Mac Jones, his second of the afternoon. And with 2 down, Joe Torre will be the hitter. Here's the pitch now on a 2-6, single to 14, liner towards third base, and that is knocked down at third by Smith, but he has no play. That'll go as an infield single for Carty. To second, Geiger. To third, Woody Woodward. And now with the bases loaded, Rico Carty steps to the plate. Carty 0 for 1 with a walk. Runners take their lead. Woodishick, full windup in the pitch on a 5-5. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. That's a huge out there for Woodishick. The lefty striking out Rico Carty to end the inning. The Braves, however, score 2 on 3 hits, and they leave the bases loaded. After 5 innings here today, it is 4-0 Braves. And I forgot to write in the streaks this time. So we got an L1 and a W1. So it just reversed from the first game, essentially. They flip-flopped. Tony Cloninger, very much in command in this ball game. As my old manager used to say, I'll take it under advisement. Or I'll look into it. He used to say that too. Basically the politically correct way of dodging the question entirely. Pat Corrales will lead off the 6th. Cloninger into the windup. 3-12 righty. It's a grounder to second base. Mian has it. Throws him out, 1 down. That'll bring up Charlie Smith, the third baseman, came in the double switch. Smith hitting .311 on the year, 3 homers, 13 RBIs. Cloninger into the windup. That's a 4-6 right-handed. That's banged into left center. Could be 2. Jones to get it. He can't get it. Rounding is Smith. The throw, he is in there with a double. So the first runner the Cardinals have had at second base all day. And the hitter will be Bobby Tolan. Tolan 0 for 2, struck out both times. Cloninger checks the runner. The pitch is a 2-11 right-handed high fly ball to right field. Geiger is there, and he makes the catch. It'll be up to Javier. Julian 0 for 2 on the day. Taking his lead is Smith. Cloninger's pitch is a 3-7 right-handed grounder back to Cloninger. He snares it, takes a couple steps towards first, and tosses it to Torre to end the inning. So no runs, a hit, 1 left. Wow, what a gem by Cloninger. A 1-hitter so far. Yeah, probably. I'm trying to think now how long I was doing this. Started around the end of September, beginning of October. So over a year and a half. And we've just gotten to the beginning of June the 4th. Another doubleheader will follow this one. April was a short month. Probably, yeah, I'm thinking maybe 8 months. Just guessing here, based on the information I have. $64 for World's Worst Gamer. I'm curious, World's Worst, who were the pitchers? Okay, Hal Woodishick. He comes out for the bottom of the inning. Felix Mion to lead it off. Mion 0 for 2 on the day. Woodishick set now. The windup and the pitch is a 5-6 right-handed. Hard smash to third. Smith has it. Throws him out. That'll bring up Cloninger, a 7 with N power. Woodishick's pitch to the right-handed hitter is a 4-6 righty. Liner right into the glove of Smith. So 2 outs recorded there by Charlie Smith, and the batter will be Dennis Menke. Menke 1 for 3. Woodishick into the windup. 3-2 righty. It's a high fly ball to deep left field. Backing up is Brock on the track and makes the catch. 1, 2, 3 go the Braves in the 6th. And after 6, it is 4-0. For Tony Cloninger, we go to the 7th, his first inning of potential fatigue, and he'll be facing the heart of the St. Louis batting order, Flood, Francona, and Lou Brock. Flood 0 for 2 on the day as Cloninger gets the sign from Rico Cardi, and here's the pitch on a 1-3 righty, a liner right into the glove of Menke. That'll bring up Tito Francona, 0 for 2 today. Into the windup. That's a 5-10 left-hander. Grounder shortstop X. Tough chance for Woodward. 3E34 as he goes into the hole on a 3 and he can't get it. It's into left field for a base hit. Just the second Cardinal hit of the day. That'll bring up Lou Brock. Pitcher's spot to follow. Looking at the pinch hitting options already. Okay, Brock 0 for 1 with a walk. Cloninger stares in now. From the stretch, the pitch to Brock's a 6-3. That's going to be extra bases. Drilled hard into the gap in right center. That is a double. Francona rounding. He's a 9. To center. Jones a 0. They're going to hold him up. So Francona's lack of speed hurts him a bit there. And now we're going to have a pinch hitter for Woodishick. All 4 runs charged to Stallard. Woodishick gave up 1 hit in 2 innings. 1 walk, 1 strikeout. And coming off the bench with a bat in his hand, Orlando Cepeda. Second and third, one down. Cepeda with St. Louis, 269, 1 home run. Four to nothing, they will remain back. I'm laughing at Dan's comment. Cloninger puts to Cepeda. It's a 2-6 right-handed liner right at Menke. Oh my goodness. 2 liners to Menke in this inning. That one saved at least a run, maybe 2. And it will be up to Buchek now with 2 away. Yeah, we could start a pool on the Mookie location. I like that idea. Second and third, 2 away. Here's Buchek. 0 for 1 with a walk today. Cloninger staring in to get the sign. There's the pitch to Buchek on a 2-10. Fly ball to right field, playable. Geiger is there, and Cloninger works out of the jam. One more hit or walk would have fatigued him as well. So for St. Louis, no runs, 2 hits, 2 runners left in scoring position. And as we stretch for the 7th, it's 4-0 Braves. Cloninger pitching a hell of a game, and you got to give credit to Rico Cardi as well, who's calling a great game. And he's thrown out a runner trying to steal in each game of this twin bill. I know where he is today. We're going to get a pitcher for St. Louis first. And it's going to be Nelson Briles, the righty, who actually worked in this game in real life. Briles, Briles and Washburn worked in this game. So all hands on deck in game 2 of this doubleheader. Not all that surprising. I'm going to refill my coffee, of course, and we'll fire up the Mookie can. Okay. That sounded terrible. Yeah, he's not far. He is right here on top of the treadmill. What's up there, Mookie? What are you looking at? You know, I've tried to get him to walk on it with me, but he won't. One of my sister's cat, he doesn't do it anymore because he's really old now. But when Bob used to get on the treadmill, Kumo would jump on there and walk along with him. I thought that was the funniest thing. Could never get Tommy to do it, and I can't get Mookie to do it. Mookie at least will come close. He's curious about it, but that's about it. All Braves so far today as we go to the bottom of the 7th. Nelson Bryles on to pitch for St. Louis. And Woody Woodward will start it off. Another good game for Woody, 2 for 3. Bryles into the windup. That's going to be a 4-8 right-handed. It's a fly ball to left field, playable. Lou Brock is right there to put it away, and there's one down. And here's Geiger, 1 for 2 with a walk. Bryles staring in to get the sign. Here's the pitch to Geiger. It's a 3-7 righty. Grounder towards first and fielded there by Francona, who underhands to Bryles covering. That looked like it might have been headed into right field. A nice play by Tito Francona to record the out. And here's Felipe Alou. Felipe 1 for 3 today as Bryles is set now, and here's the pitch. It's a 5-4 right-handed. That's a hard ground ball to third base X. That's going to be Charlie Smith now, a 3-18. Ranging to his left on a 4, he's not going to get it. That's into left field for a base hit. A 2-out single for Alou, his second hit of the day. And that'll bring up Mac Jones, who's knocked in 2 of the 4 runs so far. Homered in the 4th, sac fly in the 5th. Left-handed batter. Bryles from the stretch now, and here's the pitch. It's going to be a 1-5 right-handed. That is a grounder towards third. And speared there by Smith, who throws him out. He goes the short way to Javier. And that'll do it. No runs to hit, 1 left. We're through 7, 4-0 Braves. Going to the 8th now, let's check the Braves defense. And we're going to do the same move as the other day. Frank Bowling will take over at second for Menke. So far in this game, you'd have to say it's Tony Cloninger's day. 7 goose eggs put up so far, just 3 hits for St. Louis. Give me a second here to get set. I gotta refresh my monitor. He does, although not much lately, Frank. I got him a new harness. And he'll start to get out more as the weather warms up. Beautiful day today, by the way, 65 and sunny. Kind of feels like spring has sprung here in Spokane, but let's hit some wood when we say that. For St. Louis now in the 8th inning, I think it's time to pinch hit for Pat Corrales. See, we have Skinner, who played in real life. I'm going to make this simple. Tim McCarver will come off the bench and bat. And stay in the game to catch. So here's McCarver batting .331, 3 homers, 23 RBIs. Cloninger gets the sign. The windup and the pitch is a 1-5 right-handed, and he loses in ball 4. A leadoff walk to McCarver. One more hitter walk will fatigue Cloninger. With Charlie Smith 2 up, they're going to get busy in the Atlanta pen. Pat Jarvis unavailable for this one. Flood Francona. Billy O'Dell begins to throw. Leadoff walk to McCarver. And here's Charlie Smith. Cloninger having a conference with Carty on the mound. Bobby Bragan going out now. They're talking it over. He says he's okay. They're going to let him pitch to Smith. Charlie Smith came into the game and doubled in the 6th. Cloninger working out of the stretch now, ready to work. Here's the pitch to Smith on a 3-8 right-handed, and then it's a high fly ball to deep left field. Going back is Alou at the track, at the wall. It's gone. Home run Charlie Smith, and just like that, it's a 4-2 ball game, and Cloninger is fatigued. Oh my. Here comes Bragan again, and that's going to do it for Cloninger. Hell of a game for Cloninger. He gets a big round of applause from the home crowd as he walks off the mound. Just under 19,000 in the house. +7 for Cloninger. Only allowed 4 hits. Three walks. 6 strikeouts. All 6 strikeouts coming in the first 3 innings. And lefty Billy O'Dell will be coming in. And that's probably going to signal the end of Bobby Tolan as well. Tolan's called back, and grabbing a bat and walking up to the batter's box is Mike Shannon. Shannon 272 on the season, 4 home runs, 10 RBIs. O'Dell 2-2 with a save, 4.19, a very backwards left-handed card. Base is empty, nobody out, and here is Shannon. O'Dell into the windup. 3-4 left-handed, he struck him out. So Shannon down on strikes. He will remain in the game in right field. And the batter is Julian Javier. 0-for-3 today. O'Dell with a pitch. That's going to be a 6-10 righty. Grounder shortstop X. That's Woodward. Tough chance for Woody. 3E34. And here's the play. It's the error range. A 9 on a 34, and he makes the play and throws him out. Oh my, what a play by Woody Woodward. That's 2 down, and it'll be up to Curt Flood. Flood 0-for-3 in this one. O'Dell staring in to get the sign from Carty now, and here's the pitch. It's a 3-10 left-handed. It's a grounder to shortstop. Woodward again to Torrey. And O'Dell comes in and gets 3 quick outs. The Cardinals strike for 2 on the 2-run blast by Charlie Smith. For Smith, by the way, that's his 4th home run of the season. Three righties due up. And the Cardinals will stick with Bryles. Is that shortstop with some pop? $10 in the game I'm playing. Which shortstop are you referring to, World's Worst? I'm lost. Oh, Charlie Smith. Okay. Yeah, he did play shortstop. Much better at third base, at least this year. Torrey Cardi bowling too. 4-2 Braves. To the bottom of the 8th we go. Here on a happy hour Friday. Joe Torre 1 for 3. Bryles gets the sign from McCarver now. And here's the pitch on a 1-9 righty. A little comebacker. Bryles has it. Throws to Francona, 1 down. That'll bring up Rico Cardi, the catcher, 0 for 2 with a walk. Highlight of Cardi's day was throwing out Lou Brock, attempting to steal. Back in the 5th inning. Bryles into the windup now. The pitch to Cardi on a 6-4 righty is catcher's card. That's going to be McCarver now. McCarver a 3-3. On a 14, it's a pop out to the catcher, and there's 2 down. That'll mean the first at bat of the day for Bowling. Bowling came on as a defensive replacement for Felix Millan. The right-handed batter standing in. Bryles delivers on a 5-6 right-handed. It's a grounder to short. Fielded by Jerry Buchek, who throws him out to retire the side, and we go to the 9th. Two left-handers. Odell really an odd fish as a left-handed pitcher. They're going to let him start it as Ted Abernathy loosens. Really shouldn't be Abernathy, should it? Oh, who should it be? Abernathy worked 2 innings in the first game. Chichi Olivo is going to begin throwing. And it will be a very short leash here in the 9th for Billy Odell. Odell did have 10 saves in real life. One so far in the replay. Francona, however, is not at all good against lefties. The Cardinals do not have another first baseman, however. Well, that settles that. It'll have to be Francona. Odell left on left. That's going to be a 2-7. Fly to right field playable. Geiger is there. And he makes the catch for the first out. Lou Brock will be the hitter now. Brock 1 for 2 with a walk. Odell staring in to get the sign. Here's the pitch on a 2-7. Fly to right field. Playable. Geiger drifts over by the line to pull this one in. And just like that, St. Louis down to their last out in the pitcher's spot due up. So let's see who the pinch hitter will be. Trailing by 2. And there's not really a lot here. Best bet is Ed Spezio. And that's who it's going to be. So Odell, who entered with a score of 4-2, is in line to pick up his second save of the replay. Let's take a look at Spezio's numbers. He hasn't played very much. He is 2 for 9. 1 double, 1 RBI. Right-handed batter. Odell gets the sign now from Rico Cardi. Here's the pitch to Spezio on a 2-8 lefty. He pops him up. That's going to do it. Bowling makes the catch, and that's the ball game. 4-2, Braves sweep the doubleheader, and I'll have the totals for you in just a moment. Let me double check Odell because he did come over from another team. Nope, just 1 save, so that's his second save. Cloninger with the win improves to 4-7. Bryles with 2 scoreless innings in relief for St. Louis, 1 hit. No runs, no walks, no Ks. The loser is Tracy Stallard, who's 0-1. Four to 2 real life score was 4-1. How about that? Player of the game. Frank likes Cloninger. I like Cloninger. Anyone else? Jones with the 2 RBIs, maybe. Six up, 6 down for Odell with 1 strikeout in notching the saves. For the totals, the Braves 4 runs, 8 hits, 1 error. The Cardinals 2 runs, just 4 hits, no errors. The player of the game has got to be Tony Cloninger. And there you have it. I want to thank everybody for watching, hanging out with me here on a Thank God It's Friday. Tomorrow, at least 1 game, maybe 2. I'm thinking about it. I don't have any plans, but of course that could change. It is Saturday. And, if you're watching on a replay and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. It's free and it's easy and it helps out the channel. Tomorrow's game, first game of a doubleheader between the Kansas City Athletics at the Baltimore Orioles. And the pitching assignments will be Chuck Dobson for Kansas City, Steve Barber for Baltimore. That'll be 1:30 Pacific, 4:30 Eastern tomorrow, Saturday. God, we're over halfway through April. Absolutely mind-numbing. I gotta look at the calendar again. I'm pretty sure it's 3 weeks from tomorrow. It is. 3 weeks from tomorrow I fly out for Santa Barbara and then a short drive up to Morro Bay where I'll spend a week. I'm also thinking about doing some live vlogging on that vacation. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, time for a late lunch for me. I'm starving. So thanks again, everybody, for hanging out with me. Please join me tomorrow. In the meantime, have a great evening and enjoy your weekend. It's a holiday weekend. That's right. So until then, bye for now.